right, race fans. Welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans. Welcome to the Milwaukee Mile. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series hits the mile, baby. It's the Milwaukee Mile. It's race number 3 of the season, and it's 150 laps tonight. This track is slick through the corners, man. You got to be up on the wheel. There's going to be some traffic to deal with tonight. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? Well, there is only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the IndyCar Series in action here on a Saturday. It's the Milwaukee Mile. 150 lap race in this great flat track, man. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Milwaukee Mile tonight here in the IndyCar Series. Some more oval action. This season is really heavy on the oval. Race number 3 of an 8-race season. 150 lap race tonight here at the Milwaukee Mile. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV, whether it be live or on replay. Thank you for joining me. Always enjoy people coming out here and watching the races. Hit that thumbs up button. These guys are still in the practice session. About 10 minutes, a little under 11 minutes left to go in the practice session. As you can see, this is race number 3. Next week, man, we'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 100-lap race there, a little bit longer race. This is home for me, man. 40 miles north of Indy. Love the track. Love the pomp and circumstance all behind Indianapolis Motor Speedway in that weekend, Memorial Day weekend. And that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And then smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live here on TurnLeftTV. Whether you're watching the race live or whether you're watching on replay or whether you've been here from the beginning or somewhere in between or you're brand new, thank you for putting up with us here at TurnLeftTV. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Are you interested in an rFactor 2 server for your race league? There are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. How about hosting your website or your online store? It is also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Later tonight, the Saturday Night Thunder will be in action at Dover Motor Speedway. 130-lap race, race number 9 of that season. That high bank 1-mile concrete oval is going to be a tough one tonight. So even with 1X tires, man, this thing really munches the tires. So it's going to be an interesting race to see. If you'd like to race with us there, QR code. 130-lap race from Dover. The Monster Mile coming up tonight in the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen. High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series will be at Charlotte on Friday for the final race of the season. The 100-lap race from the Lady Charlotte coming up on May the 22nd. That's Friday, May the 22nd at 9 p.m. Tough Trucks will actually kick off the week of Charlotte. Race number 10 of that season. That's on Wednesday, May the 20th at 8 p.m. 100-lap race in the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks. Let's take a look at the track here at Milwaukee. Oh man, located at the Milwaukee, Wisconsin State Fair. West Allis, Wisconsin. The length is about a mile, a little over a mile in length, 1.6 kilometers. 4 turns, of course. I think it's just 2 big, continuous turns. A little over 9 degrees of banking in the turns and 2.5 degrees of banking in the straightaway. It is flat. It is a little bit loose through the corners. You're going to have to be up on the wheel here tonight, man. Great track. Built in 1903. The Milwaukee Mile. Yes, IndyCar actually races here at the Milwaukee Mile. At the State Fairgrounds in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A little under 6 minutes left to go in the practice session. Take a look at the point standings coming into today's race, depending on where you are. Stanislav Pavlov, 86 points, got a 26-point lead over Paulo Gouveia. Peter Church sits 3rd in points. Alexander Mezkov 4th. Craig Gallagher sits 5th in points. You see John Stanley 6th. William Snowden sits 7th. Eugene Fedorov 8th. Andre Kananowicz is 9th. Dan Richter sits 10th in points. Oh, I raced last week at Indy Road Course and finished 4th, so that propelled me up to P11. All right, how about that, man? I will not be racing tonight. Victor Kalinin is 12th. Pino Lombardi is 13th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. 14th. Dennis Yuchin 15th. Givaldo Spindola is 16th. Nikita Karmanov 17th. Donovan Boyke. There you go. They told me how to pronounce his name. Donovan Boyke is 18th. Jesus Iglesias 19th. And Jair Leveda sits 20th in points. So those are the point standings coming in to the race here. Just under 4 minutes left to go in qualification. take a look at the keys to the race here tonight to give you an idea of what it's like for this, or the important things about this track that you need to be cognizant of. And that is tires, man. This thing is really tough on tires. It's a little gritty, the track is, but it's also pretty tight corners, man. You're carrying a lot of speed going into these corners, and the corners are fairly tight. And that is going to matter. I tell you what, man, tires. And corner transition, of course, when you're trying to save those tires, you want to get a good launch off the corner, too. So that corner transition is super important. It's going to be the key place to pass here tonight, too. You got to use the slipstream. It is hard to pass here, so you're definitely going to have to use the draft or the slipstream. And make sure your pit stops are on point. I think we're going to have some green flag pit stops here. Getting on and off pit lane is big, and pit road speed is very, very slow. I think it's like 30 miles per hour here tonight. So you have to make sure your pit stops are on point. Do not speed. And you got to know when to go here, man. I think tire safe strategy, trying to really manage those tires, baby those tires throughout the course of the race. Keep yourself in good track position, but you got to know when to go. And I say maybe that last 20 laps or so, it's going to be go time for these guys. So those are my keys to the race. As we got about 2 minutes left to go. Dennis Udichin out here on the track. Good to see Dennis out, man. Oh, it was good to see Dennis. He likes these IndyCars. That's how I first met Dennis. He raced in one of the early IndyCar series that we did here at High Octane Racing Week. And he's been a great friend ever since. Barbecue out here, Jesus Iglesias. Get some laps in here. Just a few more laps in store with just about a minute to go before qualifications. Keep your eye on Jesus. Solid driver. Here's Donovan Boyke. Third in practice so far. Take a look at our tower. Right now looks like 13 drivers joining us here tonight. Got a great international flavor. I mean, we got the Brazilians, we got a Spaniard, we got Ukrainian, we got people from the United States, from Canada, from Russia. Everybody getting out here. And I think Peter Church is from Great Britain, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. Dino Lombardi. Not sure where Dino's from. I'm going to guess Italy. Wish I do. That'd be awesome to have that on the display here with their name and their place and so forth. That'd be awesome. These overlays. All right, looks like practice is over. Headed to qualifications. So qualifications headed your way. Two-time laps. They get an out lap, two-time laps, and an in lap. So 4 laps of qualification. Looks like Peter Church. Peter Church out on the track here to get his lap in. Let's see what he lays down. 23:056 for Peter Church, setting the stage for some of these other guys out here. How about Dennis Unichin? Let's see if he can dip into this. He's in the blue. Dennis Unichin in the blue here. Let's see. How about that? 22:611 for Dennis Unichin. Craig Gallagher in the 15 car. See where he lands. So Lombardia to the top of the grid. Craig Gallagher right now P4. Good run there for him. Nikita Karmanoff right now P2. Looking for P2, I should say. He's in the number 2. You're looking for a P1 here. Let's see. A little bit off the pace there in Sector 1. Sector 2. And let's see where Sector 3 is. 23:105. Top 6 for him. Alexander Meshkov out here. He's an IndyCar specialist. 22:205. That's right. Got a little slow there on the out lap, or that first lap, but the first sector, I should say. He's got this first sector in lap 2 in the blue. I think he might be able to better this. Let's take a look. Let's see. 22:05 is the time, but 2:93. Stanislav Pavlov in his out lap. Pavlov, let's see where he lands. Right now, Alexander Mashkov is our top time. Mashkov Pavlov 22:772. Donovan Boyke, let's see where he comes or lands here. Meshkov at the top time. Lombardi is second. Spindle at third. Karmanoff fourth. Udachin fifth. And he's first lap or first sector pretty fast. Next sector about average here. 22:301 P2 for Donovan Boyke. Jesus Iglesias. See where he lands here. So Boyke up to P2. Meshkov still holding the top spots. Lombardi now bumped down to P3, and Jesus diving in, so he's good with the P10. Victor Kalinin. He's blue in first two sectors. Let's see where he lands. Victor Kalinin, he might be able to beat a spoiler. Victor Kalinin to the top there, knocks Meshkov down to P2. Victor Kalinin. Good run there, and he's fast here in the next two sectors as well. For the next lap, first sector, second sector, fast in the blue. He's going to get thrown into the wall. That's going to hurt him. 22:013, still able to better his time. Holy Toledo. Looks like those guys are finished with qualifications, so we will get the final results here in just a few moments, a few minutes, I should say. Again, thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Let's get this party started. All right, guys, here we go. We'll do the DM. All right, welcome to the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series at Milwaukee Mile. Race number 3 of the season, and it's 150 laps. Did notice this track has takes some finesse through the turns, how to massage the throttle and on and off the turns. Especially older tires, be careful not to get back to the throttle too early, or you may hit the wall. Could have a lot of oversteer through the corners, especially on older tires, so be careful. Do not overdrive the corners and destroy the tires. Do not race below the lines tonight. Restart the single file. Don't overtake it before the time flight. Cause yellow flag, please. You will receive an interlogous line penalty, and you have to drive down pit lane, 2 to go, and start getting along the line. Going single file. Verbally indicate 1 lap before you pit. You are going to pit. You're going to pit off turn 4. Tricky entrance to pit lane. There's no painted timing line. The timing starts at the light at the start of pit wall. Pit road speed is 30 miles per hour. That's 48 kilometers per hour. Be careful not to speed. Stay to the right side on pit lane until you reach the pit stop. When you exit the pit, the timing ends at the light. There is no line. Rejoin the racing surface out of turn 2 and yield to the cars approaching behind you as you rejoin the racing surface. The yellow flag comes out while you're on pit lane. You must stay on pit lane behind the timing light until you're released. Please let me know. I'll be monitoring in my earpiece the chatter there, so please let me know. If you do exit while caution's out, then it can cause some scoring errors. Tonight, the Saturday Night Thunder will be at the Dover Motor Speedway at 9 p.m. Wednesday, the Tough Truck Series will be at Charlotte at 8 p.m. And Friday, Xfinity Series will be at Charlotte at 9 p.m. Next week in the IndyCar Series will be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the crown jewel of motorsports. So, again, thanks for coming in and racing with us. Good luck tonight. And I am broadcasting this live, so behave. Any questions?
Thanks, Heath.
Yeah,
Have fun.
Thank you.
Will the game indicate if I cause the caution? Will the game indicate that I need to take the pit lane 2 to go?
No, I will indicate that.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, so sorry about that. We're doing a little live. I'm doing the driver's meeting as well. So apologize for that. Yes, question.
Engines
All right, we are back. Welcome. If you're just joining us. So welcome to the 2026 High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series season race number 3, and we are at the Milwaukee Mile tonight. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we've just finished the qualification session. These guys are in the warm-up session, about 7.5 minutes before we drop the green flag. Take a look at the qualification results. So Victor Kalinin qualifies P1 with a 22.013. Alexander Meshkov qualifies P2. Donovan Boyke qualifies 3rd. Dino Lombardi qualifies 4th. Giovanni Spinola qualifies in the 5th position. Nikita Karmanov qualifies 6th. Dennis Judich in 7th. Peter Church will start 8th. Andrei Kananowicz starts in the 9th position. Stanislav Pavlov will start 10th. Starting in 11th will be Jesus Iglesias. Craig Gallagher starts 12th, and John Stanley starts 13th. Got some chatters in here today. Looks like Givaldo's starting us off. It's good to see Givaldo out here as well. And Gordon Carter, the infamous Gordon Carter. So he is going to watch the race here tonight. Right now, 13 drivers out here for us. A little worried there for a second, man. I got in here fairly early, and there were only about 3 people in here for a while. I was a little scared on that one. Thought, oh no, we're not going to have anybody to race. Step on the gas. A lot of soul. 5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. All right, well, I'm going to give you my my pick to win this race tonight. Got to get it up there. My pick to win is Alexander Meshkov. Well, I think he's got the winning formula. He loves Indy cars. He's a great, got a big win last week at Indy Road Course. And I think he's got what it takes here to pull off the double. My pick to win this race tonight is Alexander Meshkov. These guys are getting wild there in the warm-up session. Couple minutes left to go. Still time to get your pick in. Should tell you next week. Oh man, are you kidding me? Next week is going to be amazing. Of course, it's the weekend of the Indy 500, right? And of course, we'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the 23rd. 200 lap race. Big one, man. Little extra laps here at this track. So it should be a fun one. Race number 4 of the season. That'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. About a minute to go. Get the final laps in. All right, here we go. It's go time, boys and girls. It is go time. All right, here we go, boys. Let's take a look at the starting order. Let's start from the beginning. The starting order. Victor Kalinin starts P1. Alexander Meshkov starts in the second position. Starting in third is Donovan Boyke. Starting in fourth will be Dino Lombardi. Starting in the fifth position will be Givaldo Spindola. Nikita Karmanov qualifies in sixth, starting in sixth. Dennis Uderson starts seventh. Peter Church starts in the 8th position. Starting in 9th will be Andres Kananowicz. Stanislav Pavlov starts 10th. Jesus Iglesias will start 11th. And Craig Gallagher starts in 12th. Starting at 13th is John Stanley. I said my race keys here tonight, man. Tires, tires, tires. Make sure you get a good corner transition. You got to use the draft, use the slipstream. Make sure your pit stops are on point, of course. And you got to know when to go. 150 lap race here from Milwaukee. Gordon Carter picking Dennis Udachin tonight. Victor Kalinin is our pole setter. Meshkov on the outside. These guys absolutely love Indy cars. Got to get a good clean start here. Very slow on the pace speed, but this thing is going to get busy in a hurry. He's saving some tires here. Getting crazy early on, burn up the tires and be hurting the rest of the way. I think it could be a one-stop race, assuming it goes green the whole way. Pace speed is really, really slow. 30 miles per hour, I believe. Not want to break those tires loose, spin the tires on the start either. Could cause the car to come around and cause a big, big problem. Stay in your lane. Communicate with each other a little bit. Let the tires warm up and then get after it. Pace car off this time. Here we go.
Green flag, go,
And we're off here at Milwaukee. Already, Boyke goes up to the high line behind Meshkov. Now diving down to the inside line. Off the corner. Got to be really careful, man. On these cold tires, you get into the wall very, very easily. We got a yellow flag. Already a yellow flag. Looks like Peter Church has come around. And no wing there for Peter Church. And he is going to have trouble getting around. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. Peter Church on the inside, and he gets hit. Looks like maybe Jesus Iglesias might have gotten into the back of him. Oh, and then a couple drivers there. Like Gallagher had gotten in, but it looked like Iglesias might have. Peter Church goes down to the low side here. Iglesias hard onto the throttle, already committed, and then, oh man, and that secondary contact there by Gallagher. On board here with Iglesias. See that slowing up. He tries to get up out of the way and ends up catching. Didn't even really look like he hit him, but it from his onboard perspective, on board here with him, there's going to be a little bit of a clip right there, wheel-to-wheel contact. It looked like, and Peter Church spins around. It looked like Gallagher couldn't miss it on board here with Gallagher. Got to be careful of the. Oh man, he just cannot miss that. So there's contact there. I mean, Gallagher gets into him trying to get through. Peter Church off the pace here early. He had to get a new wing. I don't know if he's back on the track. Oh, he is definitely without a wing, so he's going to be needing to come down pit lane. So caution flag early on. Hopefully that's not a portrait of things to come. Might have some takers as far as pit lane is concerned. Looks like we do. John Stanley, Kananowitz, Gallagher, and Peter Church all on pit lane. Kind of blurry, isn't it? I forgot to turn off the post effects. I like to do that and take pictures, but I don't really prefer it when I'm doing broadcasting. So, make some of the cars look blurry when they're not supposed to. Peter Church going to be on pit lane there for a minute, getting a new wing. And Victor Kalinin is the leader. Donovan Boyke is second. Alexander Meshkov third. Givaldo Spindola fourth. Dino Lombardi is fifth. So early caution flag. And that wing will probably stay out there the whole time. Hopefully nobody hits it. I don't know if it's collidable now. It's kind of one of those crazy bugs in this sim. Does look like Peter Church is going to go down a lap. He is still on pit lane, and I believe also Craig Gallagher is down a lap as well. It's going to be hard to get those laps back since there is no lucky dog. All right, I think we're going to, the lights are still on the pace car. Of course, this mod, or this race sim sometimes that does not indicate necessarily that they are going to do another lap. So we'll have to keep our eye on the pace car and see what it does. Sometimes they go out, sometimes they don't. Guys rejoining the racing service there. Church and Gallagher, both 1 lap down. You know, if you think about see, the lights were out on the pace car. There we go. No, the lights never came out. On when he went down, so back to green. So that's the thing about this sim. Sometimes you cannot judge off the pace car. Kalinick gets a good launch on the drop of the green flag, and looks like maybe Givaldo gotten into the outside wall. Tire contact with that outside wall. Got to be really careful there early on. It's easy to do. You stay in the throttle a little bit too long, and you're going to the outside. And once you get up there in the gravel, it's not hard to burn up those tires. Good grip on those tires. Take a look at this. Jesus Iglesias and Nikita Kamenov is they're battling for position. It's like Iglesias in the 7th position now. Gets by Kamenov. Kamenov falling back to P8. Victor Kalinin not wasting any time to open up a gap on Boyke. Meshkov 3rd, Spittle at 4th. Lombardi is 5th. Dino Lombardi running in the Pimsleur sponsor machine. Running in P5. Kananowicz and Pavlov having a battle here. Kananowicz to the inside, Pavlov on the outside line. Pavlov does not want to give up that position. He stayed in the throttle off the corner. And a good side-by-side battle here between Pavlov and Kananowicz. Pavlov regaining that spot. He was not ready to give it up. And Kananowicz has to settle for P9 for the moment. Now a little bit later here, as he's closing in on Nikita Kamenov and gets by. So Kananowicz now up to P9, or back to P9, as he gets around Nikita. Got a good battle here. Back in the pack, we'll take a look at Boyke running in P2. Just behind him is Meshkov in the 3rd position. Givaldo having a good run in P4, and Lombardi is 5th. Dennis Udachin letting Jesus Iglesias go. Udachin in the 47 car. On board here with him. Got to stay out of that outside wall. He had to get way out of the gas. As these tires start to heat up, it's going to get worse. You got to really try to get some bite there through the corner so you can mash the gas. But it is really easy to get into the outside wall, and he did a great job of holding on to that. Take a look at Stanislav Pavlov running in the 8th spot, closing in on Udachin. Udachin just ahead in P7. On board, Stanislav Pavlov. Dino Lombardi running in the 6th position, battling Jesus Iglesias. On board here with Lombardi. And he's got some company with Udachin running in the 7th position, Pavlov running 8th. These guys closing in on as well. You see the car wanting to get a little bit loose, and oh, man, I'll tell you what, Pavlov almost got into the outside wall. Holy Toledo. Pavlov went way up the track and almost got into the outside wall. I don't know if that thing's tight for him now or not, but Udachin going way down to the inside to try to give himself some room to mash the throttle to come off for a good run down the straight. Holy smokes. Jesus Iglesias and Dino Lombardi battling. And Iglesias, can he get around Lombardi? He does. He clears him. So Iglesias now in the 5th position. Lombardi is in P6. Victor Kalinin, Jonathan Boyke, P1, P2. They have run away from the rest of these guys. Big gap As we take a look at Kalinin. Kalin's got a 4-second lead over Boyke. Boyke running into second position. Meshkov is third. Pavlov and Udachin here battling. Pavlov to the inside. Udachin tightening it up there on the inside. Tighten it up, and Pavlov's going to pull up that spot. Oh, I tell you what, these guys are getting after it. Udachin did not want to give up that spot. And Pavlov able to muscle his way through. Pavlov now up to P7. Udachin falls back to P8. Victor Kalinin now starting to roll up on some lap traffic. Got a battle here for P4. Jesus Iglesias, he is really making some moves here tonight, man. He gets a lot of room from Givaldo. Givaldo was running in the 4th spot. Now Iglesias picks up that spot. And Givaldo falling back to P5. Givaldo just let him go. He knew that Iglesias was faster. He'd run him down. And Iglesias definitely going to repay that when the time comes. Stanislav Pavlov and Dino Lombardi battling. Pavlov to the inside, and he's going to get around Lombardi, I believe. Lombardi has to tuck in as Pavlov gets by, and you see Lombardi not giving up. Dino Lombardi running in the 7th position. Udachin had indicated maybe he's going to be coming down pit lane. And it does look like Udachin is making a pit stop. So Dennis Udachin here on lap 25 making a pit stop. You know they were burning up fuel that fast. So green flag pit stops. And Udachin taking a full load of fuel. No, man, I tell you what, it looked like he stopped in the wrong box. Not sure what's going on with Dennis. He's going to go down a few laps. Well, here on lap 27, Dennis Udachin is on pit lane. And it looks like he might have retired his machine. What a tough break there for Dennis. So Dennis Udachin is out of the race. Early exit for Dennis. What a shame that is. Take a look at John Stanley running in the 10th position. John Stanley 1 lap down in the 15 car. One of our great Canadian drivers. He likes those stock cars, but he gets out and mixes it up in the GT3 and Indy cars. Donovan Boyke into 4. Trying to hold on to the back of Victor Kalinin. John Stanley 1 lap down just ahead. Kalinin about halfway through the corner, and you see Boyke goes to the inside. John Stanley gives him a lot of room. So Kalinin, our leader. With a big lead on Boyke. Iglesias worked his way up through traffic, got around Pavlov, but now Pavlov has been able to reel him back in, and maybe Iglesias has burned up his tires. So far, just one car out of the race, and that is Dennis Odachin. Pavlov just behind him, and Pavlov's running down. Pavlov's had to work his way through some traffic and has now rolled back up onto Iglesias. Remember, Iglesias got around him earlier, and now it seems like the bite coming off the corner. You saw Iglesias get a little bit loose. He had to catch that car, and that's allowed Pavlov to run up onto the outside of him. Pavlov now tucks back in as Iglesias gathers things back up. Dodge. Oh, look at that. Meshkov gets tons loose into the grass. Alexander Meshkov. That car got wicked on him. He lost the back end of that car and almost wrecked it. On board here with him, watch this. He's going to be jerking this wheel. Oh, man. Trying to keep the thing straight and did a great job. Luckily, there was a little pavement there so he could climb back up onto the track, get some grip, and keep that car from coming around. Wow. That got wicked on him. He did a great job of saving it, holding on to P3. Battle here is Kananowicz and Lombardi. So Kananowicz now gaining a position. He's in P7. It's the guys working their way through some lap traffic. Now Kananowicz closing in as we go back live, closing in on Givaldo. Givaldo running in the 6th position. Good run here for Givaldo. A bit of quiet night, but man, he's got a good run going, top 10 run, and Kananowicz gets by. Givaldo now in a hornet's nest as they would look out of the back of Kananowicz's machine, and Victor Kalinin. I see the urgency of Kananowicz. He wants to stay on the lead lap as Kalinin is closing in on the P6 car to put him a lap down. Looks like Givaldo pulled over and let those guys go. Givaldo way under the outside wall, almost gets into it. Take a look at our race leader, and that is Victor Kalinin. He is rolling up on Kananowicz. Kananowicz is 6th. And he moves over and lets the lead lap car go, the leader, Victor Kalinin. Dino Lombardi battling Givaldo right now. Lombardi in the Pennzoil sponsor machine. See Givaldo running in 7th on the outside. Also with Nikita Karmanov. A good 3-way battle here. Nikita way up to the outside wall. Nikita makes some contact with the outside wall. He got around Lombardi, but man, that car sailed up to the outside and he holds on to the spot. Lombardi a little kind and maybe letting him back down. Tires are starting to wear out just to see how much they're really working the wheel through the corner. Take a look here as Karmanov on the outside of Dino Lombardi. Going to get this spot, but this thing's going to sail up the track. Look at that. And he might have made some contact with the wheels. Some tire contact at the outside wall. And Lombardi tucks back in. But Karmanov could have really ended up disastrous for him. Made a little contact with the outside wall. Victor Kalinin, our leader. About a 7.5 second lead over P2, and that's Donovan Boyke. See some of our lap cars come by. Donovan mixed up in that. Donovan right now in a hornet's nest. Cars behind him that are racing, some beside him, so he's got to try to get through this lap traffic as cleanly as he can. see he's really not having to work the wheel as much as some of these other guys as he goes through the corner. Some of these other guys, you can tell they're really, really tight. Car does not want to bite, and he does not seem to be working that wheel as much. The car seems to be a little freer in the back end, and it is fast. Dino Lombardi and Givaldo battling. Lombardi to the outside, Givaldo on the inside. Dino Lombardi trying to, wheel-to-wheel contact there between the two of those guys. Wheel-to-wheel contact between Givaldo and Lombardi, and this is still not over. Now Lombardi clearing, but that got crazy there. Holy smokes. Take a look here as Lombardi trying to work this outside, and there's wheel-to-wheel contact here coming off. Right here, a little kiss. Like Lombardi might have came down a little bit. And a great job to those guys for not causing a big crash. Take a look at that again. And that I'll tell you what, that got crazy there. Gallagher had a look at that. Victor Kalinin, the leader. Donovan Boyke is in second. Meshkov third. Pavlov fourth. Iglesias rounding out the top five. I think we're going to start seeing some pit stops here very, very soon. I said they could do it on one pit stop, but I think the tires, man, I don't know. Fuel-wise, yes. Tires-wise, I'm not sure. 50 lap in. We got 100 laps to go. Kananowicz is the last car on, he is first car one lap down. There are no lucky dogs here in the IndyCar series. That would be awesome if they actually implemented that rule. That'd be good. I generally like that rule. In the stock cars, it would be something that I think I would like to see in the Indy cars, but it's really hard to get a lap back here in Indy once you go down with the current rules package. Take a look at Meshkov. He's running in the third position. Got a big win last week at Indy GP. What a fun race, man. I didn't broadcast that. I got in the driver's seat and raced. Wasn't really sure how many people would come out. And I tell you what, not to brag, but I finished fourth, man. And I really just had, I think, 3 or 4 laps that were subpar for me, and making, getting off into the grass a little bit, missing a turn, trying to catch something that maybe didn't get off the track. That was the story of my race. It was pretty solid, and I certainly wasn't close to the P3 car, but nonetheless, P4 was a pretty good outing for me. I was really happy about it. Take a look at John Stanley. He was out there racing in Indy with us. You see, Givaldo is on pit lane. Givaldo taking some service here on lap 55, so maybe the tires have given up. Finishing up his pit stop now, coming back out on track. So Givaldo, 4 tires and fuel. John Stanley running in the 8th spot. Harmanoff on pit lane now. Victor Kalinin still leading the way. Harmanoff has elected to come down pit lane here in the 10th position. Now finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. So Nikita Karmanov making a pit stop, and I have a feeling we're going to see some other guys coming down pit lane here soon, and that is the race leader. Victor Kalinin giving up the race lead. Come down pit lane, maybe. So Kalinen's going to lead these leaders down pit lane. What will they do? There's Boyke now to the front. And Kalinen, 4 tires in, fuel. Quick pit stop there for him. Boyke assumes the lead, and now Kalinen will come back out in the 5th position. Stay on that access road all the way around. So Kalinen is a lap down. However, the car in front of him, who is the leader, needs to make a pit stop. Donovan Boyke is our leader. Kalinen is fighting. Now, I don't think I would fight too hard right now because you see Boyke getting a little bit loose, driving the wheels off this car. He's going to have to make a pit stop here soon. 90 laps to go, and Kalinen, who has made a pit stop, is a lap down. He wants to get around Boyke, and he's going to do it this time, as Boyke really fought him. And Kalinen now back on the lead lap, but Boyke is going to have to come down. We got a yellow flag. We got a yellow flag here. And a yellow flag here on lap 62. I don't see the pace car. So a yellow flag, and it looked like Givaldo might have come around here. Let's take a look and see what happened to Givaldo. Givaldo gets up into the outside wall, just drifts up the track, and then hard into the pit lane wall entrance. Oh my heavens, man. Take a look here. He gets just does not get any bite out of those tires, and then hard into the wall, and this is gonna hurt. Oh my gosh. Hard lick there for Givaldo. Car just drifts up. You see, he's not getting any grip. He's turning the heck out of the wheel, and he has no grip. And then hard into the inside. And then what a lick there. So our second caution flag. And Givaldo is in a good start, man, but things have sort of fallen for him throughout the race. Just using up the tires there, I think. A pretty clean race, running in the 4th position. Started to struggle in the tail end of that run. Boyke, Meshkoff, Kalinen on the lead lap. I really think that if you are in a situation where you just come off pit lane, I'd stay out. I wouldn't come down pit lane. I'd stay out, get yourself some, especially if you're a lap down. If these 3 guys come down pit lane, Boyke, Meshkoff, and Kalinen, and the rest of these guys will be at the tail end of the lead lap. So it looks like Boyke's coming down pit lane. But I do not see Meshkoff or Kalinen coming down pit lane. Harmonov is, now it does look like Meshkoff's on pit lane. I don't know anything about Kalinen, whether he's still out on the track maybe. So Kalinen is out on the track, but I think the rest of these guys might be in a situation Oh, into the back of Meshkov is Iglesias. That was Kalinin, I think, that got there was some contact between he and Iglesias. Take a look here. I think there's contact for him. This might have been after the fact. Yeah, not sure what happened there, man, but it was some contact between Iglesias and Kalinin. Kalinin now has some rear end damage. He's going to have to get repaired. It does look like he's coming down pit lane. Iglesias also coming down pit lane. He's going to have some front end damage. So there was an incident under caution. Boyke, the leader. Now the rest of these guys, I think they're safe to, they're going to get to go around, I believe. As Iglesias, looks like Peter Church is on pit lane as well. Peter Church in the 5. Don't talk too much about Peter. So some drama here under drama to bring out the caution, but drama under caution as well. "66 laps in. I think we're working on our second caution flag, maybe our third caution flag. Second caution flag. Had one early on. About lap 4. Now it does look like some of these guys are going to get, now some of these guys are on pit lane, but some of them, I believe, will be back on the lead lap, and that is Victor Kalinin. He's back on the lead lap. All right, I think we're going to go green this time. Bye. Here we go. Back to green. Looks like Peter Church is on pit lane. This is interesting. Peter Church went down pit lane as we went back green. Boyke to the top front, Meshkov second, Kalinin is third. Now Kalinin there was some contact with him under caution. Somebody got in the back of him. Jesus, I believe, got in the back of him. We'll see how that affects Kalinin's machine. Running in the third position. Just ahead is Alexander Meshkov. Now starting to roll up on those lap cars. Peter Church now closing in on John Stanley. Peter Church to the inside. He's running 3 laps down in the 10th position. John Stanley running in, Church running in 10th. Stanley is shown in 9th. John Stanley gets around Peter Church, I should say. Jesus Iglesias to the inside of Andre Kananowicz. Iglesias picking up a spot now in P4. Kananowicz is in 5th. Good battle there down the front stretch. In turn 1. Boyke the leader. Meshkov second. Kalinin is third. Now Kalinin has not been able to reel those guys in. He is now down around close to about 3.5 seconds to the race leader. So that margin has increased. Jesus Iglesias, the first car, 1 lap down. These guys, just some bad timing as far as pit stops. Some had some extended repairs and they've lost a lap. Kananowicz has fallen back just a little bit from Iglesias. He is running in the 5th position. Lombardi is 6th. Pavlov 7th. Harmonov 8th. Stanley 9th. And Peter Church is in 10th. Boyke came out early in the week, got a lot of laps in. I checked the server throughout the week, and he had a lot of laps. And it's showing right now. Got a 7/10 of a second lead, almost 8/10 now on Meshkov. I want to say thank you to Alexander Meshkov who gave us, he made some updates to this track, to some of the rules of this track. And it really helped. He shared it with us. Made it, really more IndyCar friendly. And what a contribution that Meshkov has made to the sim racing community here in rFactor 2. It's been a wealth of knowledge for me, a wealth of help as well. And just a great guy. Now, Jesus has he is 1 lap down. He gets the first car 1 lap down, and Kananowicz is in 5th. Lombardi 6th. Pavlov 7th. Karmanov 8th. 9th is Stanley, and Peter Church in 10th. Boyke running in the lead. Starting to roll up on some more lap traffic. Peter Church is in the 10th position. Now Peter Church is 3 laps down. So I wouldn't imagine you would see him fighting too voraciously once Boyke catches him. Kalinin has been able to close the gap somewhat. He's only about 1.5 seconds down to the race leader. That has diminished. That gap has diminished in the last about 5 or 6 laps. So Kalinin might not have all the. Oh man, I tell you what, he's really turning that car to get it to bite, turning the wheel. Craig Gallagher running in the 12th position. Been a busy night here for him early on. Some contact there, and he is running in P12 in the 15 car. We've always had a tough night here in this second half of this race. He's running in the 11th spot. Dino Lombardi just ahead in the 6th position. This battle here not for position. Lombardi is 1 lap down, 1.8 seconds off of Kananowicz, who's running in the 5th position. Rivaldo still looking on the low side. Rivaldo was still racing. He realizes he's a couple laps down, 6 laps down, looks like. He wants to race. The gap has diminished between Boyke and Meshkov. These guys are now in some traffic as the race leader trying to move his way through some traffic on board here with Boyke. And just ahead, you see Peter Church running in the 10th position. Peter Church, again, is 3 laps down. So I couldn't imagine there'll be too much fighting on either side. But Meshkov is there as well. You can definitely smell the fumes coming out of that P1 car. A little bit better bite off the corner for Boyke. Meshkov a little bit better there, downshifting. Down to 4th gear for Meshkov. Now Iglesias is in the mix here. He's running in the 4th position. But he is 1 lap down. Been a busy night there for him. He's been involved in a few fights. Few scrapes, I should say. "88 laps in. Boyke the leader. A lot of laps to go, man. Definitely past halfway. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, it looked like Iglesias might have gotten into the wall. Iglesias made contact with the wall. That's going to hurt. That was pretty hard. Hard contact there for Iglesias. We'll take a look here. Gotta go back this way. Watch, he gets up into the outside wall here. Hard contact. Oh, man. Wheel-to-wheel contact there. I think that's going to be some damage to the right side of that car. And that Gallagher's going to give Boyke a lot of room. Looking out of the back of Boyke's machine, you see Craig Gallagher. That's a good racing IQ. Meshkov's going to get by as well. So Meshkov still tagged onto the back, locked onto the back of that race leader, Donovan Boyke. In fact, somebody might have warped out. Meshkov warped out. Just heard him on the radio too. He was doing some team speak, and then it looked like Meshkov warped out. My heavens, man. No. Oh, Meshkov was running into 2nd position. I heard him talking on TeamSpeak. Maybe that might have eaten up some bandwidth. He was communicating on TeamSpeak, and right then, that's when his connection dropped. Oh, my gosh. He was tagged onto the back, about a second and a half behind Boyke, and they were talking. Wiki had asked him a question, and Meshkov was answering the question, and next thing you know, gone. Oh, my heavens, man. And that brings us to Kalinin. Victor Kalinin is in the second position. He's 2.9 seconds back. So Meshkov out of the race, and he was running in the second spot. What a tough break. John Stanley, quiet night here for him. He's running in the 8th spot. He is 3 laps down in that United Rentals sponsor machine. He's in the 15 car. Running in P8. Great Canadian drivers. Look at Peter Church running in the 9th position. He's 4 laps down. We've got 2 cars on the lead lap, and Kalinin is dropping back a little bit. He was about 2.9 seconds. Now we're looking at 3.2, 3.3 second gap. A tough break there for Meshkov. The cardinal rule for me is to not talk on TeamSpeak. I'm a little closer to the server than he is. I think anytime you're using up a little bandwidth like that, a lot of bandwidth, when you're talking through TeamSpeak, that's a lot of bandwidth. I want it all dedicated to the race. Take a look at Stanislav Pavlov running in the 6th spot. So he's having a good race here, trying to crack the top 5 as he's getting ready to go down another lap as Donovan Boyke trying to close in and put him another lap down. Pavlov definitely does not want to lose another lap. He is 1 lap down. Iglesias, the first car 1 lap down in the 14 car, running in the 3rd position. And this, trying to get around the lap car, Pavlov, has cost Boyke a little bit of time. That gap is now only 1.5 seconds. See Iglesias wedged in between those guys. So Kalinin has been able to close the gap, 1.4 second gap. See Stanislav Pavlov running in the 6th position. Looks like maybe Boyke has been able to get around. Oh, they're getting wild back there. Back in the pack. Look at John Stanley. Well, Donovan has been able to get around the lap traffic in the 4 car. And he has now opened up the gap about 2.2 seconds on Victor Kalinin. Taking that gap there, 2.3, 2.2, 2.3 seconds. Depending on where they are on the track. A little bit of lap traffic there for Donovan to deal with. So 1.8. That time has diminished a little bit. And maybe Donovan has gone into the tire save strategy. 1.8, 1.7 seconds. So there's definitely some change in the gap. Glaci's looking at a good top 3 run. I know he would want to be back on the lead lap. He is the first car 1 lap down. But right now the story is here, the gap has diminished between Boyke and Kalinin. 1.3 second gap now. Crossing the start-finish line. Again, you're looking at 1.3, 1.2 now. So Kalinin definitely faster. See, there's Kalinin. .2-second gap. Kalinin's getting a pretty good run off the corners and able to reel Boyke in. I don't know, Boyke might be, he's held up a little bit by lap traffic, but he's also saving. I'll tell you what, this gap is way down there now, 0.8. And Kalinin is on the move. Kalinin's starting to close in. It's 0.8, flirting around with 0.7 now. He had a little trouble getting around some lap traffic, but also Kalinin had been able to reel him in even more before the lap traffic. And Kalinin maybe better tires here late in the run. Boyke could be saving tires as well. Not hearing much on the radio out of these guys. Laser focused up on top of the wheel. Went a little bit worse there coming off the corner. That one, that was a slow exit of that corner, and that hurt him a little bit. Boyke might be saving some stuff. Now up to over a second. Maybe a couple laps of saving some fuel. Figuring that he might be able to make it on just one stop. Karmanoff on pit lane. Nikita Karmanoff is taking some service on pit lane. As Donovan Boyke continuing to lead, the number 2 car, Nikita Karmanoff, on pit lane. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 30 laps to go. There's the access road there. Funky entrance to the track after you come off pit lane. Little different, to say the least. .2-second gap between Kalinin and Boyke. Boyke, our leader. Peter Church had a ton of problems there early on in the race, and now running in the 5th position. I tell you, he is 4 laps down, but if you would have told me 4 laps down and you're in P5, P8, sorry about that. You know, I think, hey, I'll take it. Give me a top 10 run. Give me a top 10 run. Iglesias running in the 3rd spot in that 14 car. A little bit of a busy race early on for him, but it has gotten better. He stayed after it. There was some contact as we were running up to take the green flag between he and Karmanoff, I believe. 2 cars out of the race. Meshkov and Udachin out of the race. Tough break for both those guys. Kananowicz running in the 4th spot in that 77 car. A little bit of traffic there for him. Dino Lombardi in this mix as well. Lombardi in that yellow number 3, running in the 5th position. As I think you're going to see the race leaders coming up on some lap traffic, and that's exactly what we see. This could be crucial here, as our race leader now coming up onto these lap cars. These guys are fighting with each other. So if anything, it's definitely going to slow you down as you try to transition through these corners, get around these guys, maybe in the straightaways, and hopefully these guys are going to give you a lot of room. They want to fight to stay on the lap they're on versus getting put down another lap. And Kananowicz has been able to, or Kalinin has been able to close in with this trouble. So Kalinin, he can smell it. Got a good run here, a little bite there off the corner, down to the inside. He wants to get around this lap car as quickly as he possibly can because he's got the race leader just in front. Peter Church in the 8th position. Now if you're Kalinin, you got to be really, really careful not to hit the outside wall. Lose your concentration through the corner. Oh man, tripping up there just a little bit once you get a good bite. He's got a good run coming off. Oh boy. And we've got a battle here for the lead. Donovan Boyke, Victor Kalinin. Kalinin been able to weave his way through traffic a little bit better than Donovan has. We got a race on our hands. P1, P2. Throw a piece of paper over the top of those guys. Now can Boyke open up a gap? It's 5/10. 20 laps to go. Kalinin has been patient. He's been having a little bit better luck getting through that cluster of cars there just a moment ago. A 2-horse race now. P3 is 1 lap down, and that is Jesus Iglesias. Peter Church and Kamenoff battling. Peter Church to the inside as Kamenoff going to fall back to P9. Peter Church moving up to P8. I think now here when you're looking under 20 to go, it is all take and no give. 8/10 gap. So Boyke has been able to open up a gap there on Kalinin. Will lap traffic play a factor? Kalinin wants to stay in contact. Keep that at about anywhere between 5/10 and a second. Roll up on the lap traffic and see what we can do with it. Lap 134. Donovan Boyke, our leader. Little lap traffic there. Boyke goes to the outside as Givaldo goes to the inside and communicates, hey, pass on the outside. Good communication there from the lap car of Givaldo Spindola. He's running in the 10th position. Six-tenths of a second separate the two leaders. John Stanley letting those guys go. Take a look at John Stanley running in the 7th position. Very clear. He left a lot of inside line for these guys to be able to make the pass. Kamenoff is not done with Peter Church. Peter Church has gotten around. Kamenoff now diving down to the inside, looking for P8, and he gets it. Peter Church now falling back to P9. He'd gotten around Kamenoff a little bit earlier, and Kamenoff was just patient and got back by him. Kamenoff now in 8th. Peter Church falling back to the 9th position here late in this race. Take a Dino Lombardi here running in the 5th position. Good top 5 run here for Dino. Just ahead of him. Well, he is the 2 laps down. Just ahead of him is Kananowicz running in P4. A fairly decent distance between him. Lombardi is about 2 seconds down to Kananowicz. Kind of keep our eye on that battle. Boyke has been able to open up a 7/10 of a second lead on Kalinin. Kalinin closes in through the middle of the corners. Once he gets to the middle, then he's going to lose a little time, but it is down to 6/10 now, so that lap a little bit better. Going to do our side-by-side here as we take a look at that P1, P2 battle on board here with Kalinin over on the right side screen. Half a second gap. You see coming off the corners, Boyke is able to open up that gap, but it looks like Kalinin is a little bit better entry and through the corner, but out of the corner, Boyke seems to be a little bit better. 7/10 now separate the two of these guys. Oh no! Kalinin made contact with the outside wall. That was hard contact there by Kalinin. That definitely hurt. He's been able to scooch in there, but that was hard contact there for him. Maybe it knocked something in line. I don't know. He definitely got into the outside wall, but he's closing in. I mean, come on. He's ready to rock. This race isn't over. I don't know what you're saying. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 5 to go. Boyke's running up on some lap traffic. This could be a factor. Well, a lot of communication there to stay to the outside, and he gets through. And Kalinin cleared the traffic. He does. About 6/10 back. 5 laps to go. Can Donovan Boyke hold on He came out a lot throughout the week to practice this track. He knows this track now. He's got a great setup. Can he hold on and get the race win? Increasing that gap. More lap traffic in the way. 0.8. It is go time for Donovan. No mistakes now. A little conversation there to let him go to the outside. And look at that. That trouble there has closed it in. Victor Kalinin was able to get around a little bit easier. Donovan, I don't know. Is he running out of fuel? Kalinin closed in like a madman. Kalinin is in the mix. He's now dropped back. So there was trouble with that lap car. Now we got the 2 laps to go. Two laps to go, and Donovan. 1 to go. Donovan's recovered a little bit. Lennon really closed in. We got more lap traffic right here, down to the inside. We're going to let him go, and Donovan Boyke coming off the final turn down the straightaway is going to take the victory here at the Milwaukee Mile. Kalinin finishes in P2. A great job to Donovan. Boyke gets the win here at a tough track. Try to fly the drone over here before. Hey, his car died. That gives me a chance to get the screenshot. There we go. So out of fuel. Says he is. So Kalinin finishes in second. And wow, what a fun battle there. So Boyke finishes in the first position with the race win. Congratulations to him. I got it. So what a great run there for Donovan. Came out early in the week, got the car set up and ready to rock, and did a great job. Let's take a look at the final results there. Sorry, I had to do a little talking there on the radio. Take a look at the session results. Donovan Boyke finishes in P1 in that Ford car. Victor Kalinin gave him a run for his money there at the end, finishes in second. Jesus Iglesias, good run there, finishes in third. Stanislav Pavlov, fourth. Andres Kananowicz finishes in fifth. Dino Lombardi finishes sixth. Nikita Karmanov finishes in the seventh position. John Stanley, eighth. Peter Church finishes in the ninth position. Givaldo Spindola finishes in 10th. Finishing in the 11th position is Craig Gallagher. Alexander Meshkov finishes in 12th. Dennis Udachin finishes in 13th. So a really great race there. We'll fix the winner's plaque. Now let's see if we get it right. There we go. So Donovan Boyke finishes in P1, gets the win here at the Milwaukee Mile. We'll see if we can get him in the booth with us. All right, we're joined in the channel with Donovan Boyke. Gets the win. Congratulations.
At all. But thank you.
Sorry there, I had you muted there for a second. Go ahead and repeat that. Sorry.
No, you're all good. No, it was a really great race. I was surprised when the caution came out. Victor took the pit, and I got really lucky with that, letting him a lap down and being able to hold the fuel. Just an incredibly lucky win. Alex had a phenomenal pace, and it sucks that he got disconnected like that. But, man, it was a really good race. Traffic was very fun to navigate. Everyone was racing pretty clean and fair. That's kind of one of the things you want to see when you're racing. A lot of nice racers and fun strategies to try to pull off an upset, because I had no pace compared to Victor at that first stint.
Well, it looked like late in the race you ran up on some lap traffic. I personally didn't think it was going to cause that much of a problem, but it looked like Kalinin was able to close in within about 0.2 of a second. Were you worried that he was going to be able to make a run at you?
I think it was lap 42 he hit the wall. I saw him running the high apron, so I was trying to position my car lower so he doesn't like try to get under on me. But if I held him within a second, he's just going to get washed constantly. But if he got within that half second, I think he got in that like a couple of times, I got pretty scared, because then I'm like looking at my mirrors. I don't want to mess with my braking zone. And I also have to conserve fuel, because I was having to run a little bit more conservative. I had to run mix 6 onto it. So it was really fun to deal with a faster car behind me and old tires.
And it seems like tires definitely an issue going through the corners. If you didn't hit it just right, you're getting up into the outside wall. We saw that a lot with people tonight, and devastating, making hard contact with the outside wall.
Oh, I mean, it was definitely difficult to manage the tire temperatures. I had to adjust, had to put more pressed PSI into the right rear of it. And yeah, it was just more of, preserving the tire temperature and following traffic in the air. Like, you just have to watch them for 2 laps and then see where they go.
Well, next week we have the crown jewel of motorsports, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 200 laps, half the race distance, and 250 miles as the real boys do. What's the plan going into Indy?
I got a really competitive pace. I was talking to a couple of my friends just to try to get it up there. But I'm really excited to show what I got. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of strategies based off of how we all race today. It's going to be clean. It's going to be fun. And I definitely will have some good battles. So I'm excited. Hopefully we can bring one home. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations and best of luck next week. Best of luck the rest of the season. Good to see you out racing with us here at High Octane Racing League.
Thank you.
All right, that's Donovan Boyke in victory lane. Pretty insightful there with the interview, too. Definitely got a plan for next week. He knows what he needs to do. And this guy came out early in the week, man. Got a lot of laps in. As soon as that server came up, he was out here. I don't know if it's each and every day. I didn't check every day, but I saw he was out here a lot, making some laps, tweaking the setup, figuring out what he needs to do at this track. So it sounds to me like we're going to have to keep our eye on Donovan at Indy. Should be a fantastic run. We'll have a big field there, no doubt, at Indianapolis. That's the crown jewel of motorsports, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, coming up next week. You definitely want to see that one. That's going to be same time here. Qualifications at 1 o'clock. Race starts about 1:20. Practice starts at noon. 200 laps on May the 23rd, Memorial Day weekend in the United States. And it's home for me, man. I live about 40 miles north of Indy, so I love this track. Love doing this track, too, and it seems to be popular with no matter who you talk to that's into racing. They tend to like Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
A lot of soul.
Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Please hit that subscribe button. I lost a couple subscribers here in the last couple of weeks, man. A couple, I believe. I was up to 987, so hoping to recoup and move up to that 1,000 mark. Help me out, man. If you come out and watch the races and you watch TurnLeftTV, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. That helps me out here. Thanks to all those folks who've been here from the beginning. Some people have joined in between, and the new people as well. Thank you. I really appreciate you. But, please hit that thumbs up button as well and smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live. More racing coming up tonight. The stock cars, the Next Gen Series, will be at Dover, the Monster Mile, for race number 9 of the season. So winding down that season, 130-lap race at a very, very tough track. High bank, 1 mile, concrete oval. It's the Monster Mile. Tough Trucks will be back in action at Charlotte for a whole week of Charlotte in the stock cars, followed by the Bushwhackers Series. So the Tough Trucks will be on Wednesday at 8 p.m. and the Bushwhackers Series will be at Charlotte on Friday at 9 p.m. for the final race of that season. So those two seasons actually will be finishing up at Charlotte. Well, congratulations to Donovan Boyke on getting a big win. Thanks to everybody for coming out here and watching me tonight, and watching the race tonight, supporting the channel. Appreciate that. Until next time, boys and girls, I am out of here.